Hello again, Struckweb. Today I was planning on doing Torchlight Frontiers, but there's currently maintenance going on and the servers are down for applying a hotfix. So instead of Torchlight Frontiers today and Warhammer tomorrow, I'm gonna switch it around and do Warhammer today and Torchlight Frontiers tomorrow. So I've been grinding my ass in Warhammer Chaosbane. Actually even managed to level up Conrad, farm some gear for Conrad and Bragi, and now I think it's time to put that gear to good use. I noticed they added a new item that gives you up to 50, not to 50, up to 500 wood quality from that amulet based on the crit chance you've got. And I also found a build with Conrad that you get crit chance based on your block chance. And since the block chance is limited to a certain number, I think it's 34.9 or something like that. Somewhere around there between 30 and 40, I can't remember the exact number. And then the crit chance seems to be limited to 80%, so I can't get more than 80% crit chance, but getting the max crit chance gives me 500 wood quality on Conrad with that amulet. So each class has something like this. In this case it's Pendant of Taunting. So basically if you build for something like a wood quality setup with crit chance items, you're gonna get some good stuff. I've now collected all the gear I managed to get with the ever peak, and now I have to pick the best ever peak items. I'm wondering if I should go for a wood quality setup for now while grinding. I'm gonna try without wood quality, without putting much stuff into my gear. Let's see, first I need to pick the rings. This is gonna be the biggest challenge, picking the rings I want. And since I wanna see how Heroic Strike of the Anvil works, it's gonna be interesting. Using a skill that consumes energy increases damage dealt by all players using a skill with a cooldown that heals all players. Okay, using a skill kills all players, and using a god skill grants all players immunity to control effects. That's 50% extra bonus damage. What about Strike of the Anvil? How much stronger is it? Let's see if I remove this. Oh, I'll do Strike of the Anvil Heroic, yeah. That makes sense. So 114,000 with this, but if I equip the... what's it? If I equip... let me quickly compare those. Which one might I want? I might probably want the one with more damage instead of more HP and wood quality. We'll see depending what we're gonna be farming. For now let's go for the one with the damage bonus. So I need to really figure out which rings to keep, which rings to throw away. I've been stashing every single red and green item that drops. And actually found a way to farm green items. I'm not sure whether it's considered an exploit, but let's say you get this and you stack shitons of crit chance, then you go into Chaos 8 and you don't kill anything, you just try to dodge the enemies and open chests. So you go into a Chaos 8 Grand Relic Hunt, you try to open chests, you will die a lot. I was dying a lot, but eventually you would get some gear. When you get some good gear, you would be able to do some nice stuff. In the meantime, I was going for crit chance items for the wood quality, but maybe now it's time to try and test something that is not crit chance oriented. But do I want to lose the cooldown reduction for a green item? I'm gonna have to experiment with this. For now I want something with cooldown reduction and crit chance that is not ultimate carnage, because I don't think it's worth having 2 ultimate carnage. I don't think this stacks. Let's check. If I go to status, I don't see the ultimate carnage here. But yeah, I don't think it stacks, so let's try and first figure out the rings. This is 7% crit chance, this is 6.5 crit chance and wood quality, but I need cooldown reduction now. I'm not gonna be doing the chest farming. But chest farming is good. It is good, especially if you have Bragi with Ancestor's Gift. You can try and get the first couple of chests even without dying if you're good enough. So going into Chaos 8 and just opening chests with stacking shit tons of crit chance for wood quality with item like this, you can achieve around almost 6000 wood quality. On Conrad 6000 is achievable. It is achievable, so keep that in mind. And those types of items with crit setups, with stacking wood quality gear, even if you die, you eventually get items, so it's totally worth it. In my opinion, trying to farm Chaos 8 chests. Just open the chest and run. Even if you restart the map, try a new map after you open the first or second chest, you don't have to open the relic chest even. And you don't have to kill a single enemy. So yeah, let's try and find something with cooldown reduction and crit chance. Cause I wanna try out some of the new rings. This one gives me HP and healing. This one increases damage over time. But if I'm gonna be using heroic Strike of the Anvil, I probably might wanna use this coat out. Do I wanna use this or this? We'll see. This is physical damage, by the way, so it's not fire. This is gonna be interesting to build. I'm also gonna rework my god skills as well. In the meantime, on my yeah, let's rework everything. Everything is gonna be reworked. Maybe not the god skills, we'll see. For the god skills, that's kind of how I went before. But I wanna see if I should use some of the new ones. And has a chance to stun enemies. Movement speed is increased and all hits generate rage. So if I were to get rid of this one. If I were to get rid of this one. Of go to Oath. I have 26 points, so I'm gonna probably remove this, or maybe we'll see. Wasp Bastion, do I want the final one? Based on nearby bleeding. I'm gonna experiment first. I want to reset my skill points. All the god skill trees, I want to reset them. And I want to see what I can do when it comes to Grimnir's Bellow and all those other new skills. Fire damage to enemies that get in its way. Bleeding enemy. I just want to see what they look like first. First I'm just gonna get them. See them in action. Nothing too fancy, just to see what they do. So let's equip both of them. I want to see the animation. Oh, actually I want Veteran's Chain Reaction. I did finish some stuff to get it. Actually, did I get Veteran instead of Duelist? Wow. I'm not gonna need to get Duelist later. For now, I'm not gonna use Veterans because I need Duelist. Where are those skills? Okay, there we go. 1 and 2. I wanna try those.
Nothing can stop you.
Chance to stun enemies. Movement speed is increased and all hits generate rage for a few seconds.
Unleash my anger.
Okay. So this is like the mage's flame trolling skill. I forgot the name of it. The fire breath. So it's not something I was expecting. I was expecting something coming from the ground or anything, but this is for a damage over time build. This is not for this set. This is for something like Forge Heart. So if you have a Forge Heart, this is probably what you want with this thing. So for now I'm gonna stay away from Grimnir's Bellow. It's a long cooldown as well. Oh, it's Wood of the Mountain, even longer cooldown. And Grimnir's Bow, it also doesn't seem worth it. So yeah, I'm gonna stay away from those skills for sure for now. So starting off, I always want this. Oh, actually I can select up to a certain point and it takes all the things on the way. I'm gonna stick to the build I had before. It seems to be worth it. I'm not sure what I had. I had this here for cooldown reduction, and that was how I had my build before. So I'm gonna stick to this and try to pick the best items for it. Crit chance, damage, I need cooldown reduction, so even if I sacrifice some crit chance, this will lose me some wood quality, but since I'm not making a farming build right now, I probably should have been using my second loadout, we'll see. Chance to reduce the cooldowns. Fiery Ring of Tori would be nice to have at least one thing that reduces cooldown, but Fire Ring of Tori with 7 crit chance. Yeah, maybe that's gonna stay here. That's gonna stay the way it is, but this needs to change. 6.5 crit chance. So let's see. This is 6.5 crit chance, but it's a siege breaker, so it gives me damage. This is kind of very niche. You kind of have to use your archetype ability, so that's kind of not my playstyle. Insulation. This is probably what I want. I want something like this with the cooldown reduction and crit chance preferably. Or maybe something like this. I'm gonna have to sell some of that stuff, which I don't need. So in the meantime, while I make sure I'm not gonna be using a certain ring, let's do this. I don't think I'll be using this 2.6 damage resistance over time. I think I've got better ones for damage resistance over time. Two point six, yeah, I've got some better ones from those. So I really want a good Ancestors ring or a Granite ring. I might as well stick with what I've got equipped at the moment. Armor piercing, crit damage, cost reduction, wood quality. So what I'm telling you guys, if you use something like this, you don't need to focus on wood quality. Having 5, 6, 7 crit chance would give you more wood quality than having 30 something wood quality on a ring. So insulation rings, cooldown, crit damage, cost reduction, damage, resist. I'm keeping the resistance to damage over time because it really does stack up and help in the invasion. So if you're doing invasion, keep doing resistance to damage over time setups. So this I won't be needing. Mm. I won't be needing this one as well. So I've got 2 siege breakers. Let's see, damage over time, armor piercing, wood quality. And this we won't be needing. Okay, I think that's it when it comes to the rings. For the amulets, I really want to use this one, but let's see if that one is better. I guess it's not better. It only gives me a bit more cooldown reduction, so I'm gonna keep it in case I need it. Between those, let's decide what to get rid of. They're kind of... I also noticed a shield, a legendary shield on Conrad that allows you to get the apothecary skill that reduces the duration of the potion, the cooldown of the potion. It makes it heroic, so you can equip that without spending points. So this is a great shield to have on Conrad. I'm gonna show you later when I work on it. Crit hit chance. Okay, so for now, do I want to go for wood farming setup with something like this? This can go all the way to 500, I've said. When you have 80 crit chance, this is 500 wood quality. I tested it today on Conrad with block chance giving me crit chance and stacking skills that give me block chance. And stacking crit chance everywhere. And there's some passives again that reduce your block chance but give you crit chance based on block chance and crit damage based on blocked damage. So you can get around 190% crit damage and around the 20% or so crit chance just from that passive skill on Conrad. I'm gonna be going over Conrad stuff later. Now I do have this one, the Forge Heart, but as I said, I want to go for something that's not fire built. I want to go for cooldown reduction and crit chance. For now I'm gonna have to go for those. I think that's my best weapons with cooldown reduction, and unfortunately they're the same. And one of them doesn't have the cooldown reduction, but at least it has the crit chance. This one doesn't have either, even though it has shit tons of damage. We'll see if I really need to use it. Ideally, I wanted to use something like where was it? The rage-based bonus damage. This is nice. I could use a bruised ego. 8.6, 8.5, 5.7, 6, 41 crit damage. So I'm gonna lose some crit damage. So this is a good option. Okay, let's not sell this. First of all, I don't need this, and I definitely don't need this. And between those two, I don't need this. Okay, I think I'm already almost done. Just need to decide on the helmet, which one to keep, which one to get rid of. So I'm not going to focus on wood quality right now. I want cooldown reduction maxed out. So this gives me less resistance to damage over time than this. This gives me less cooldown reduction than 5.8 armor, health, 6.2 armor, health. Oh, this is amazing. This is probably the best one. But this is 6.6 cooldown reduction. So those are going away. And I'm not sure I need the maxed out cooldown reduction. I'm gonna go for this one for now, I think. And here I think it's a no-brainer, and I should be using the green one because I'm just losing a lot of stuff. I don't care for the wood quality right now, nor do I care for things like counterattack damage. So here it's a no-brainer. Thankfully it's such a piece where all the stats I can get, there's nothing that I really want from them. So I think I can get rid of all those without thinking much about it. I'm just gonna keep the one with a lot of wood quality for farming purposes. As I said, you can farm Chaos 8. You can farm Chaos 8 with something like this. Open chests and leave. Open chests and leave. Use your invulnerability. Go open a quick chest. Wood the gear even if you die. Resurrect. You can get green items. Maybe you can do 10 maps before you get a green item, but it happens. It happened to me a few times already. Go to Chaos 8, pick a grand relic hunt, open some of the chests. Don't worry about killing enemies. You're gonna get killed, you're gonna lose stuff, but it's quick green and red items. And nothing stopping you from doing it. It's not like you need certain wood quality, certain item score to be able to go there. So, I think it's worth sacrificing the wood quality for extra HP and armor and resistance to damage over time. We'll see how it goes. Now, the hard part would be the skills now. I was thinking of building how I normally build when it comes to skills. So if I get rid of the wood quality now and put things like maybe some HP or maybe more passive skills. First off, we need this. Then we need this one. What was my number one? I kind of forgot. So we have this and this and oh yeah, and this. My Spite Smite is missing. I'm wondering if I should go for this or for Spite Smite. I do have enough points to get the second or the first Spite Smite instead of extra HP. And I can upgrade my Axe Throw to the second version to inflict bleeding, which is what I want. And I think that's it for the setup. I have the fire, I have the bleeding. I'm not using a Forge Heart, so I probably even don't need that extra bleeding and fire combo. This can be demoted to just basic one, which means I can promote maybe this one. I hope I have plenty of bleeding enemies around me to be able to heal. So let's go. I'm gonna do, this is Chaos 3, just I wanna test this build how it works. I was farming with the undefeated set when I was farming, because it's the easy set, when I was farming my invasion and stuff. But this might be a good thing. And again, if you didn't know about it, you can farm chests for green items. I just wanna check something. Okay, the damage I'm seeing is not as good as I want it to be. Hello, thank you Buff Monkey 123 for the follow. It is appreciated a lot. Thanks, dude. So I'm not seeing the numbers I wanted to see with this setup. Do I have the full set? I do have the full set, so I do have a heroic, but I don't think the damage is... Probably I need more enemies. I guess this build depends on more enemies being around me. The more bleeding enemies around me, the better. It's a bad map to be doing this act. I mean, it's still doing, you see, 5 million damage every now and then, so that's not bad.
123, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
So, I am
Hey, how are
happy,
you
and here
doing?
guys, just I'm gonna keep saying it today every few minutes. For everyone who's new, you can farm green items by going into Chaos 8 and just picking a wood chest with item like this. Stack shit tons of crit chance in your gear. Get an item like this and don't worry if you die. You're gonna die a lot. It's Chaos 8. You're not supposed to kill anything. You're supposed to run, wood the chest and get out. Run, wood the chest and get out. And it is still worth it. I'm gonna start picking up some stuff to give to the vendor. I'm not on Chaos 8 right now. I'm just doing Chaos 3. I'm just testing this build. And I think this is gonna be a fun build. This is what my god skills look like, if anyone is wondering. This side and this side. So we're going all the way here for this cooldown reduction. We have 23% cooldown reduction from this god tree. And we're getting some crit damage, so it's looking good. It's looking good on paper. And mind you, I don't have duelist chain reaction yet. I don't have Ring of Resonance, I don't have duelist chain reaction. So next off I'm gonna try Chaos 4 and then I'm gonna try Chaos 5. I'm just benchmarking the build bit by bit. So far on Chaos 3 it's doing more than okay. And what's our wood quality? Over 3000. I found a setup on Conrad to get you close to 6000 wood quality on Chaos 8 if you wanna farm chests. Because with Conrad you can stack your crit chance to 80% with different skills. And when you have your block chance giving you crit chance and your crit chance giving you wood chance, this gives you 500 wood quality. So I have over 1000, like if I go here on my Conrad, this is over 1000. When I use this thing, where was it? When you use this thing here. So when I use Lucky Charm, so if I were to do something like this 200% is gonna give me more than the 5% crit chance. Or maybe I can just remove this and just use that here, and it's gonna give me a lot of stuff. So let's try this as well. Let's upgrade my Avenging Charge in the meantime, if I'm gonna be doing this wood quality thing. I have the points, so might as well do it. So you can see now we have 1000 wood quality. This already went to 3.3 thousand. That's mind you on Chaos 3. Actually, my first green item dropped in Chaos 2. While I was doing invasion Chaos 2, I was farming my invasion stuff, and a Chaos 2 map gave me a green item. Oh, there we go, Chaos 3 green item. So I'm really happy with the drop rates. I'm so happy with the drop rates. So you see it, Chaos 3 with 3.3 wood quality already getting the green items going. I was expecting to take me weeks to gear up like before, but it didn't. So thank you developers for improving the drop rates and giving us items like this one. This is just amazing. So I'm not even speedrunning now, I'm just killing stuff. Every enemy can drop something decent, I guess. And this set is pretty nice, the new set. I was a fan of Strike of the Anvil as it is, so now you know you don't even have to do Chaos 7, 8, 6. You can just go all the way to 5 or even Chaos 3 if you can't go that far and still get green items. With the correct setup, you're gonna be very spammy. This cooldown all the way to 1 second. I can probably lose some cooldown reduction, I guess. And sometimes it resets and goes to like a 0-second cooldown and I can just double jump. Let's pull them, more of them together. And I'm not even doing my combo. I should start doing my combo to get more damage done. You see 7 million, so it jumped from 5 million to 7 million. And if I get more enemies around me, that's gonna be more damage. So I need more enemies to get more enemies bleeding. So this build is still far from what I was doing before. I was doing things like 50k damage on 50 million damage on Grimnir and 100 million damage with my undefeated. But I had green gear there already last time I was playing before I lost all my character saves. So now I'm getting there. But I'm thinking this set is good. This set is good. The new skill trees, the way they rework the skill trees are not so bad. Overall, I think everything got a buff. Mind you, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that are blessed. So when I start blessing for more crit damage, because I think my crit chance can go to 50 and then I can focus on crit damage. When I get to this chain reaction, it's gonna be a game changer. And I'm liking that invasions are easier since you have things like gear that gives you resistance to damage over time, which is what you need for the invasions. If you want the invasions to be easier, to not be dying from that tickling debuff, the corruption or whatever it's called, you would want damage over time resistance.
Nothing can stop you.
So I'm pretty happy with the way things are now in the game. I mean, of course, the variety of the maps is the only thing that gets boring. Even though it's the same map with a different layout, most of the times when you're in a certain okay, this is the relic chest. When you're in a certain act, it's always the same look of that act. Most of the times it's the same map. There's not much variety in the maps. What they did is they added new variety in the layouts. So per se you're doing the same map but you're starting from a different point. Or you're doing the same map but with slightly different changes to what's where. So this boss is gonna take a while to kill. Maybe I should do this. Let's see if this helps. No, that's sacrificing my DPS. Going for the Blood Rage is not a good idea. I'm gonna show you later on Conrad how things are. With the 80% crit chance setup. Of course, to get that 80% crit chance setup, I'm not using a certain set. I was just using it to not abuse, but to take advantage of the Chaos 8 chest farming. So I had a mixed setup gear. Because I wasn't killing stuff, I was just looting chests for green items. on Chaos 8. I did try doing easy like Chaos 1 boss killing, but it seemed slower that way. And I couldn't get green items from Chaos 1 boss killing. So Chaos 8 chest farming is the way to go if you want easy items. Hopefully you have something like a Bragi to do it with Ancestor's Gift where you're invulnerable. I've not played the Lesser or the Mage yet since this reinstalling of the game. But so far what I'm seeing on Bragi and Conrad are some nice things. Especially the shield that gives you the heroic potion cooldown skill. Heroic potion cooldown skill would allow you to put some more passives without having to spend points into that one. So yeah, we're doing this. And it really is easier to farm stuff. What if I were to remove this cooldown reduction and crit chance and go for something like this one? I'm gonna lose some wood quality, but I'm gonna gain a lot of damage. So yeah, now I'm gonna try this Forge Heart, but Forge Heart is not for my build. It really isn't. I'd rather try something like a Bruised Ego or an Impatient one maybe? No, not Impatient one. Bruised Ego would be probably the best for a combo with Ultimate Carnage. And Fiery Ring of Tori did seem to proc every now and then. So the crit chance does work well with it. And the Bruised Ego has crit chance. This one even has cooldown reduction, but I think let's compare which one is better when it comes to stuff. So if I don't want the cooldown reduction, if I think I'm fine with the current cooldown reduction, the other one gives me 800 more damage. I really want to find the Bruised Ego and there was another one I forgot the name of, with the other green, but that's gonna take a while. So let's bless this one. As you can see, I've been farming bosses. And I think it's pretty safe to bless the green boots as well. It's a green item, so let's bless the two other green items. Chest and boots. Bless. And then I'm gonna have to farm some more fragments. I think more red would be fine. We have more of the red ones. So that's giving us more wood quality. You see how my wood quality is getting up by doing this crit chance enhancement blessing. So this item is a game changer. It really is a game changer. Because I don't have to go for a cooldown pendant if I have Fire Ring of Tori. What would hurt me is when I farm Ring of Resonance, I'm gonna have to get rid of the Granite Ring or the Fiery Ring of Tori. I do like the extra 50% HP. I do not mind reducing my damage by 20%. That's fine. It is worth it for that extra HP and for that. But I'm gonna have a Ring of Resonance eventually, and that's gonna take a while. So okay, we added some extra crit chance. Maybe I can add some to the helmet, or just wait for now? Oh, and another thing, I need to spend some legendary ranks, so I've been farming on what's its name, on Conrad. 12.5, let's make that 2.5 damage. I decided to put that, to have that 0.5 chance to proc the other things, just to make sure that they have a chance to proc every now and then, to see how it goes. Just wanna see those effects. And why does this keep blinking? It keeps blinking even though I don't have points to spend. So I'm really happy with this setup. Let's see how a bruised ego would help things. Let's go one level up. So the wood quality is gonna jump even more now. Let's do... I was not doing a Grand Relic map, but let's do a Grand Relic map this time. So you saw earlier I was on lesser relic hunt on Chaos 3 and I got a green item. First map of the fucking stream, and then I get a green item on Chaos 3 lesser relic hunt. So this just gives you an idea of how much better the drop rates are now. People were unhappy and many people stopped playing because of the bad drop rates and the lack of content. But they have been improving this, it seems. They have been working towards improving things, so... Oh, I think this is a one-shot skill maybe. Or was it a healing skill? I need to learn the new skills of the enemies, to know which to avoid and which to soak up. So my damage is whacking, it's very whacking right now, but for this difficulty it's fine. It's just the boss fight would take a bit longer. I'm still seeing some decent 6-7 million every now and then, so that's fine. I think I can live with that for now as a starter setup, without everything blessed. Without having duelist chain reaction, mind you, and without having Ring of Resonance. Ring of Resonance is nice because it keeps stunning enemies, which in turn keeps bleeding enemies, which in turn keeps giving us extra damage. And it also gives us extra healing, because I decided to pick that which heals for... Oh, was that 13 million? Okay. So, yeah, my old builds just need to be slightly reworked, but even if you don't have the new god skills, like all those cooldown reduction points you can spend into other things that would give you cooldown reduction. You just have to see where they are. Or maybe just sacrifice. So there's 3 cooldown reduction here. And then where was it? Oh man, I think there was somewhere over there, or maybe over here. So if you don't have those god skills, you can't have those 15% cooldown reduction. 5 from here, 5 from here, and 5 from here. But you can get 3% from this place, so that's fine. You get 3% cooldown reduction, you're gonna have to get more cooldown reduction from gear. Whereas with this setup I can afford to skip some cooldown reduction from the gear and maybe get more damage based stuff on my weapons instead of getting that 8% cooldown reduction on an item. Alternatively, I can also afford to get more armor piercing and sacrifice some cooldown reduction, but I don't see any other place to get besides this 3% here for 2 points, which is a bargain if you don't have the extra god skills. Oh, there's more cooldown reduction here, but in order to get that you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Assuming you're spending 2 points here. If you remove those 11 points, I think it's here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. So you spend 2 points here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you have 1 point left to spend elsewhere, which I'm not sure where would be the best place. you're gonna have options: damage, or this energy, or this damage, or more health. Probably health would be the best you can get for a one pointer. So you can still get 6% instead of 11%. But if we just, I'm gonna pause again. If we look at it, here you're getting stuff that is mostly damage with the cooldown reduction. So you're getting 1, 2, 3 damage nodes, 1 HP and 1 armor. Whereas if you go this route, you're getting 1 damage, 2, 3 damage, you're getting 2 energy, you're getting bonus damage to champions, so 14% extra energy, so you're getting a bit of leveling into Death Wish as well if you go the other route. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, when I make new build videos, I'm gonna have to mention 2 different setups, one for people who have the extra god skills and one for people who don't. Damn, I want some life steal. This enemy is gonna get me so much damage on me. Am I bleeding or something? Let's see status. It's nice that we can see all those things here.
Nothing can stop you.
I should also experiment with something. Instead of using code to oath, I need to experiment with using something else here. So instead of code to oath, what could be used? This is 7-second cooldown. Seven seconds cooldown. I don't think there's anything else worth it on that place. We need skill with cooldown, and when it comes to skills with cooldowns, if I'm gonna be using Ring of Resonance and things like that, this is the only option for a skill with cooldown that is not a god skill. So this kind of is like my old setup to just slightly rework because the heroic set is different. I'm wondering if I should even be using the long range basic attack. This causes bleeding, this doesn't. This doesn't cause bleeding, and I do need the bleeding, and I can't get this, and I can't get... yeah. So mind you, this is without Spite Smite and with extra wood quality. Let's see what will happen if I put Spite Smite in the mix, especially for the boss fight. That's gonna reduce the drop rate, but you can, what you can do is you can use Spite Smite, kill the boss, and then before you open the big relic chest, you can remove Spite Smite and put the wood quality passive for extra 200%. So let's try and use Spite Smite now. Oh, I need to wait. There's an enemy here. Okay, I should be able to do it now. So if I were to demote this, move. There's an enemy nearby, it's not letting me switch skills. Okay, now I can. So if I were to do this, remove this 200% wood quality, and then put Spite Smite. Even the basic one is extra 20%. I can even do something like this. I'm still gonna do another build. I'm gonna try and figure out another build with the Forge Heart later. So we're gonna be testing a Forge Heart build as well.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, move away from there, move away.
Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, you can see how the cooldown sometimes resets.
Nothing can stop you.
But it is fun to see the things that they've been adding into the game.
Nothing can stop you.
And the main thing about Bragg is he's still that leapy guy. Okay, and I didn't heal up on time.
Nothing can stop you.
I should kill that dude first. Or maybe I should kill the mages first, yeah. But I'm rusty, so I should probably stick to the lower difficulties for now until I get into shape with this game. But seeing crits getting close to the 10 million mark is fine for Chaos 3, 4, 5. Maybe for 5 the boss fights are gonna be longer, so it's not gonna be worth it. But seeing that it drops green gear on Chaos 3, even on 2, in the invasion I got my first, as I said, in Chaos 2.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
I can already go and rush towards the boss, but I'm just enjoying the setup, messing around with some easy enemies.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
And I think this build already has enough crit chance, so I can probably go for more crit damage with the next few slots. So let's say get 1, 2, 3 more slots with focusing on crit damage instead of crit chance. Oh, what got me? Oh, it's one of those beams. Yeah. This is why I actually try to farm corn. I try to farm Nurgle or corn. So if you wanna be picky and select the ones that are less dangerous, Nurgle or corn are the less dangerous ones and easier to farm. At least in my opinion, they are.
Nothing can stop
And the enemies that spawn there are less annoying. Like, look at that. One shots everywhere. I'm just gonna skip those enemies. They're not worth the time spent killing them.
Nothing can stop you.
And they're gonna heal this dude, so let's just go for the boss. If you get lucky and you're doing Chaos 8 chest farming, you get one of those big chests at the start of the map. That's probably one of the best things that could happen to you when you're doing that chest farming. Getting one of those big horned chests. at the very start of the map in the first few meters after the spawn.
Nothing can stop you.
How's my wood quality? 3.8 thousand, look at that. Even after dying and losing some bonus wood quality, and I'm not even using the 200 passive skill. I'm using Spite Smite. So this boss is gonna be a bit tricky. I'm not using the undefeated set, so my damage is kind of low compared to if I were using it. And the thing is, the mages followed me. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to kill the mages without the boss in the mix.
Nothing can stop you.
This is why I don't like this act. Those mages. Damn, I almost got one shot again. When they stack so many of them at the same time, chances of me getting one shot increase exponentially.
Nothing can stop you.
Look at that, one shot there, and there's some behind me. Shit. There's not many places where I can go now.
Nothing can stop you.
Okay, let's try and kill this one. Damn, he's gonna get healed now.
Nothing can stop you.
Did I get one of them?
Nothing can stop you.
I think I got the one with the hoodie. Ah, what? Shit, I didn't even see this exploding. Not a big fan of this.
Can stop you.
And they give themselves damage reduction as well. And it's tight corridors. Another thing I don't like about this map when it comes to dodging those mages. Tight corridors, very hard to dodge on those.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
This is tragic. Look at how little damage I'm doing to them. I think their buffs are stacking. And they're just making each other unkillable when they're grouped up together. Should have killed them one by one when I had the chance. Now if I go to the boss fight is gonna be incredibly difficult with those guys spamming those beams. Which is where I need more damage to be able to kill those quickly. Fuck. Alright. My crit damage is low, it needs to be over 1000 crit damage. Maybe 1,500 when everything procs.
Nothing can stop you.
One of them is here, let's get him. No! I went in the wrong way. Ah, man. I'm gonna lose all the money I spent so much time farming today.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Look at those are taking me longer to kill than probably the boss would.
Nothing can stop you.
One of them dead.
Nothing can stop you.
Two of them are dead, okay. If it's just one, hopefully it's easier to get him.
Nothing can stop you.
Ah, he didn't get stunned.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Finally. Okay, now it's boss time. I wish I could see the amount of HP the boss has. This is probably the toughest one in this map, in this act.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
As long as I stay out of the circles that he spawns, I should be good. And I have to avoid the big AoE he does around himself. Oh, those need to die quickly as soon as they spawn.
Nothing can stop you.
So far, not so bad. I'm just whacking damage, but I'm getting there eventually.
Nothing can stop you.
So if I were to go for farming based on speed, Chaos Tree would be the better case. Until I get some more min-maxed setup with better red items and fully enchanted stuff. And he's staying there. What I need to do is let's pull him away from there. Let's get him to come here.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
He's not doing the circular AoE, which is strange. Maybe he's not the one that does it. Oh yeah, the one that does the circular AoE is actually the one that has something glowy on his back. So there is a worse one that I could have gotten here.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop
And this is taking a long time. Definitely not worth it to farm on this difficulty until I can kill it fast enough. So I think the most efficient way still is farming chests on Chaos 8 or 7 and just picking up stuff and leaving the game, picking up stuff and leaving the game without killing a single enemy.
Nothing can stop you.
It's better than boss hunts even, unless you can kill high level boss hunts if you're that strong.
Nothing can stop you.
Okay, let's not gamble too much. I mean, I can try and go all in and stay for longer, but then I'm gonna lose all the progress I've done if I die. So I'd rather take it slow and kill him instead of have to redo the fight.
Nothing can stop you.
No, 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 no. Got stunned.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Shit, getting low on HP.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, let's kill the mage. And by the way, I found some extra information about Diablo 4's itemization and stuff online on Icy Veins. You might want to go and read it. I'm gonna give you the link later. So there's more information about skills in Diablo 4, item systems, etc., talent trees, and so on. So you can see some of that stuff that was probably shown during some of the panels, probably during the systems panel and so on.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh man, my HP is kind of dangerously low. Okay, healed up. Okay, we're almost there. Let's push it. Let's push it. Let's push it. Ah fuck. Have to bail out.
Can stop you.
Okay, we got it. So I'm gonna get extra 200 before opening everything. Let's kill the enemies and let's try and put this. As I said, I can remove something like this. Not yet, maybe. There must be an enemy nearby. Okay, let's see. Can I remove it now? And you can just, before opening the chests, do something like this, and that instantly gives me extra 200 wood quality. Not that it helped much, but it might give you that extra edge when opening stuff. Conrad is better though. With Conrad, as I said, I found ways to get myself shit tons of wood quality, and I'm gonna show you in a moment. Yes, let's leave now. Let's quickly go to Conrad after selling all the junk wood. So exit, yes. With Conrad you see what I mean when it comes to wood quality stacking. Let's change the difficulty to Chaos 8 so you can see how much wood quality we can get on Chaos 8. So by default 4.71 with my current setup, which by default is 72.4% crit chance. Just the way it is. 901 wood quality. And this gives me 452. Of course, you see I've got a lot of crit chance. Everything here is with crit chance. Even this yellow ring I'm using for crit chance and wood quality stacking. So you can get even more if your gear gives you wood quality as a bonus. This doesn't, but if it gave crit chance and wood quality. And so if I do this, my number 4, let's first show you what I mean. This one, this gives me 15 crit chance and 182 crit damage. But if I do something like this, it's already 20 crit chance and 182 crit damage. And all this crit chance gets transferred into wood quality, and this is 500%. No, you can't get more from this item than 500%. So 80% crit chance seems to be the limit, and the block chance limit is 39.4. I don't think I can get more than this. No matter what I get, maybe even taunting and getting block chance from that, I just can't get wood quality. But this is my farming setup. So with this setup I was actually farming Chaos 8 chests. There's a lot of dying, so it's kind of hard. You kind of have to do this, keep running to make sure the enemies are not hitting you. And as soon as they hit you, you die. So it's very difficult because you kind of have to avoid them, like pull them away and then keep moving. And try and get a chest. You're gonna die a lot. Another thing as I found is this shield. I didn't know it existed, but yeah. Wisdom of the Apothecary skill is improved and no longer requires skill points to equip. So let's wait for the cooldowns. This is just a farming setup. This is not an actual build or anything. It doesn't use an actual set combo. I'm gonna play with builds later. But let's check the wood quality over here. 4,700 wood quality. So if I were to do something like what was it like? If I were to add that 900% from here, that's gonna be 5,600, and then when you complete the quest there's another 200, so 5,800, almost 6,000 wood quality. I think that's kind of an overkill. So let's change the difficulty and let's put this build to the test without having an actual set combo. Let's put it to the test on Chaos 2. Just a quick test. Hey Buff Monkey 123 and hey Horned Reaper BE.
As long as it works.
Really? Does that work, Horned Reaper BE? Thank you for the follow as well. So I'm not sure whether this works, but that's good info. I'm gonna try it later.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club. Why?
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. I'm gonna play around with it. For now I don't have a better shield yet, so it's gonna take a while. I do have some better rings though, but I haven't farmed much, but I'm gonna try it. But if it works that way, I hope they don't patch it. So this is without me using a set. Look at that, my gear is mixed: Meteoric, Herald of the Blazing Sun, Herald of the Blazing Sun, etc. So just mixed, but I'm maxing out the wood quality here. But farming chests on Chaos 8 is the way to go if you really want to be cheesing the game.
You will still have the free skill.
I'm gonna check it after this map, or maybe after I clear the enemies. Let's go clear them quickly. Oh, I have to heal the healer, I keep forgetting. But I'm happy with this cooldown reduction thing. It's very nice to have it without using skill points for it. And I'm not using a banner right now, so I can maybe even make things better with the banner. And look at that, it's dropping those orbs. I should probably switch Swash to something else. So on this difficulty I already have 3.8 3000 wood quality on this difficulty. And for me, anything above 3000 is more than enough to get green items. And by the way, if you're wondering how I did the god skills, this is it. Here I took the points all the way to Blessings of the Brave Mastered. Then I took as much block chance as I can. So we're taking this block chance here. We're taking Sigmar's Blessing, which might be an overkill. I maybe don't need to take Sigmar's Blessing, and maybe something else would be fine. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points I can spend elsewhere. If we want more block chance, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for more block damage, but not block chance. There's this thing here, extra block damage, which will give you extra crit damage. So we're basically relying on this transfer here. Crit chance and crit damage based on block chance and block damage. And I'm just kind of maxing out the things I can get. It's a weird setup, but it is interesting, it is fun. I've been playing around this morning, trying to figure out some interesting stuff. And as soon as I found this, and as soon as I saw this item, I knew that that's gonna be great synergy to check out.
Got Phantom Blade and Ethereal Breath on Elantir while using 2 other swords and staffs. It's bit up, so they will fix next patch, I guess.
I'm not hoping, but I'm kind of expecting them to fix this thing. Because that's not how it's meant. It seems to be a bug, not a feature. But it's gonna be fun. Phantom Blade and Ethereal Breath, yeah. So I can equip the Meteoric Shield on my other slot then. Let's see, did I kill all the enemies? Can I... Maybe I need to stop bleeding. Okay, let's try and test this theory. Oh, it's not allowing me to. It's not letting me switch slots.
Whatever item that has a skill on it.
Yeah, maybe I need to be outside of this map. Normally it works outside of combat, but I guess it won't let me now. Well, I'm gonna check it after this map. Let's make the map quicker, let's just keep running. He's gonna kill every few elites. But yeah, one tier is probably gonna be fun to try for me as well. I'm really looking forward to it. But there's so much time I have, I can't re-level the mage and the scout that quickly. But in a few days I probably would have them leveled up as well. This pulling. I wanna see if I get more crit, not crit chance, more block chance. So okay, my block chance went to 48%. But my crit chance doesn't go over 80%, so there is a soft cap of crit chance. That means some of the crit chance I get on my gear I can get rid of. 4000 wood quality already on this map. And this is, mind you guys, I'm playing with a non-synergized setup. This is mixed gear. Mixed gear, that's why it's Chaos 2. And even on Chaos 2 I'm getting this much wood quality. This guy is just... this is the wood farming machine. And he's giving that buff to other people, so if other people have that amulet for crit chance based wood quality, it's gonna be an interesting setup. Run, 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 don't die, don't die. So of course this would, if I want to make this an actual build, I would want more cooldown reduction. And I would want to focus on a heroic damage dealing skill, whichever it would be. Even if it's a heroic taunt, it's still gonna be better than no heroic skill at all. That would allow me to get some more passives, like I could replace this for more damage and get rid of the wood quality. Can level up other things. I can probably, I don't think I need the level 3 version of this skill. So that means if I don't need the level 3 version of this skill, yeah, I still need the points spent here though. I still need those points all the way to this one, because this one gives me more crit hit damage compared to this one. But if you think you don't want that crit hit damage, you can save yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Just go for this one. But that's 110 almost, 109 more crit hit damage based on the block chance, on the block damage. Oh, actually I can use this skill to damage, I forgot about this. But it has a cooldown. I'm not sure whether this will do more damage, but it stuns. I wanna try a build where this is the main skill that's doing damage. And since there was this ability to heal when using god skills with certain items that can give us this ability, it's gonna be interesting to keep using this god skill and to keep healing when using it. This would be interesting on a pistolier build, to have the extra mid-range damage from pistolier and from this. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be something I'm gonna try using. Alright, let's move. Let's just go to the boss. Actually, we need to kill enemies still. Okay, we killed enough enemies. Just checking the wood quality if it got up. So what needs to be killed now is the healers. What I normally like doing is staying up here and pulling the healers. But this can be a double-edged blade if you get surrounded. I'm wondering if there's a setup that would allow me to do more damage with this. Fire damage, so I'm gonna have to get some fire damage setup if I want this to be a thing. But of course with this I can do much more damage with Justice of the Empire. I'm thinking I can probably deal like few million when I group it up. I can probably get to 15, 20, 30 million with a good setup later on with synergized Justice of the Empire build. And the new set actually gives me an upgraded shielded charge. So it's gonna be an interesting setup to play with as well. And the shielded charge. The town setup is also nice. Then I'm using a Grudge Settler, but ideally I would be using other things like Magnus's Gift. Magnus's Gift is what I normally used to like using. And the Meteoric Shield is something I like using as well. This one. There was it Pavis of Anger? This one. This one was for the Shield Smash ability, for this one, the Spacebar ability. I used to play with it for a while just to mess with it. It's not the best, but it used to be fine. It used to do a few million. Not the best shield though. But the Meteoric Iron I liked due to the crowd control. And what was the other one? This one, counter-attack damage. I think I'm missing a shield there. Which one would it be? I know there was another one that was giving me some more damage and stuff. Mm, Blade of Vengeance, always nice. Always nice to get that extra damage. So Grit Settler and Blade of Vengeance and Magnus's Gift were the few items I liked using before. Sacred Scepter. Sacred Scepter would be what I would be using if I tried to make a shield around this glitch skill, Sigmar's Bastion. What if I were to do this? Yeah, kinda disappointing when I was using my Bloodburst skill. So at the moment, with this improvised setup, I was just doing that to show. Oh no! I got distracted, my bad. My bad, now I lost the 200 extra wood quality bonus. I lost the wood quality bonus, yeah. So it's not gonna go over 4000. Let's see when we kinda got distracted at the last moment there, not paying attention to my HP. So what's my wood quality now? 3.8. Okay, that shouldn't be the case. It should be over 4000. But yeah, I lost that extra bonus. I don't think I can get it to that much. Crit chance 80%. Bog chance 29. There aren't many enemies around me. And it's still only that little. Well, it's still not bad. 3.8k. Anything above 3k is more than enough, it seems. But yeah guys, I was planning on doing some Torchlight Frontiers today to do some of the fame quests. But since the servers were under maintenance when I started streaming, they probably no longer are. I guess it's gonna be tomorrow Torchlight Frontiers, today some Warhammer Chaosbane. Okay, let's try and not die now, in the last moment. It's getting close to dying. Don't die, don't... Okay, good. Wait, what's happening? I can't use my break through the ranks. Oh, I don't have energy. Wait, why is my energy this low? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I don't have the skill that regenerates energy yet. And the other good thing about this item is it has a chance to summon an enemy champion with valuable wood. So it's like a goblin ring in Diablo having a chance to summon a wood, but instead of a wood goblin it summons an elite. Not sure how to tell which elite was summoned from this. It's gonna be nice to see something that indicates this. I've also noticed another glitch when it comes to items dropping and showing on the map. I would see some green and red icons, but where I go where those icons are, it would be empty. There would be no green or red item. So maybe that's a glitch with the icons showing, or maybe that's a glitch with the items not actually dropping when they're supposed to. I'm hoping it's a bug where it's just not dropping the items that you're supposed to get, because that means it's dropping much more often than I thought. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but sometimes here on the minimap you would see some green and red circles. And what I'm talking about is such circles appearing without an item being there. If we drop a red item, I'm gonna not pick it up, just to show you what I mean. And I've seen multiple cases of green ones like that showing up. So there's a red item dropping, but it doesn't show the icon on the map. So I'm not sure what it was. Let's try and drop one myself. I can't. Maybe I picked it up by accident, that's why. So okay, let's go and open the relic chest. Let's not fight with those. Maybe just this one, because he dies quickly. Ah, the big guy came, shit. Okay, let's keep pulling them. Oh, and I forgot to use my skills before opening this. I want to try and get them to drop a red item so I can show you. So if we stack damage, like if we stack the fire damage, this is gonna be interesting. Getting this to do more damage. And mind you, I normally used to, instead of using this, I used to use Sigmar's Rat. This is how I used to run before, as you can see in my other builds from before. So they didn't drop a red item. Hopefully the end of map thingy will. So let's max it out. 3, 4. Okay, there's a red item, and you see this red icon on the map. This means there's a heroic item here, or whatever it's called. And I've seen multiple of those staying on the map. Okay, I don't have room for it, so let's just drop something. So I've seen multiple of those green ones on the map without a green item actually being there. Hopefully that's a bug that will be fixed soon, and those items would actually start dropping. That's gonna mean gearing up will be much easier. Now, should I try and figure out a build for this guy? I'm gonna do what you told me and start equipping stuff. So let's put the meteoric shield in here. Maybe if I equip different sets, I'm gonna get all different sets bonuses. So I've got Sowant. Let's try and make a Sowant set for this setup here. Sowant here. Sowant. Let's use
Only
this
those
one
that have
here.
an improved skill works.
Yeah, all sets have, most sets have an improved skill. So I can have different sets, I'm assuming. So let's get the meteoric iron on this one, and let's get the, what's its name? The Vernic here.
Sets don't work.
Oh, sets don't work, only weapons and shields, okay. Well, still I'm gonna save some, what's it called? I'm gonna save some space by putting some items like that. So this is supposed to be the Vernic.
Only few new items that have an improved skill for free.
And that's nice. It's still better than nothing. It's still better than not having anything like that. So let's do this beam meteoric iron setup. This is gonna be the... Okay, I don't have the legs here. Got gauntlets.
Like your shield.
I'm just gonna sort my inventory to have more room to wood stuff. And that's the only reason I'm doing this right now.
What is the differences between the green and red items?
Oh, Demon Ice Key, the
Don't
red
know if there
items
are any
have
other
one
on
extra
Vala.
affix. So let's quickly show you the difference. So this is a meteoric iron helmet. If we go to helmets, actually no, that's a bad thing to show you. Let's show you with something else. So this one, let's find the regular version of this one maybe, or this one. Yeah, there we go.
Demon Ice-Key, thank you for
This
the
is
follow and
the
welcome to the
difference.
Struck Club.
So thanks for the follow, Jude. Welcome to the Struck Club, much appreciated. So the green items, first of all, their affixes are stronger, and second of all, they have an extra affix slot. So you can see the green has one. Don't look at the orange. The orange is blessing. So ignore this 1.9 crit chance, crit damage. So it has the white ones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Aha.
And the good thing about the green and red is they are kind of like in Diablo 2. You can in Diablo 3 you can mix match red with green. Like you can, I mean not red with green, but like in Diablo you can mix match ancient with a non-ancient item from the same set. I think. I kind of forgot, I haven't played in a while, but what you can do here is you can have
Are
of
the
the
green
same set
items
green
drop or you
items
have
and
to
red
craft it?
items. All items drop, and the good thing is if you get a green item, you don't have to get all the others being green to get the set bonus. So I'm gonna quickly demonstrate it. Let me go in this loadout, so on. Okay, we got the legs on, we need the gauntlets. Someone's fate gauntlets. Okay, then we need boots. Someone's sabatons. Let's go for this one. And now we get this. Each successful block has a chance to reduce all cooldowns. Justice of the Empire skill is improved and no longer requires points to equip. The same would work for another set. So if we go to this meteoric iron set, and I do this, and then I combine it with some red items. Now I just need the pants. Meteoric iron pants, I don't have them, but I can get them from someplace else. Like I'm gonna quickly show you something here. So I'm gonna change this, and I need to change this, the boots. And now you see, I still get this bonus, I think. Herald of the Blazing, Herald of the Blazing, Herald of the Blazing. This means shoot the charge skill is improved. I just need one more thing. I need the helmet. And then we're gonna be good to go. There you go. Green together with red is still giving me 5 out of 5 for the set. So you can mix match green with red until you replace everything for green. I was actually doing a farming set earlier. That's why they were not separated by sets. So now I'm gonna make sure everything is separated by sets. So Skaven Killer was here. I'm liking this loadouts option. This loadouts option was not here before, and this also changes your god skills loadouts. So it's amazing. It's like a full build setup being changed with one single click, and that's extra storage room as well. All those items here can be different. That's extra storage. I do wish you could save the same items in different loadouts, but that's gonna be a bit more coding to do. So what am I missing here? Chest, Skaven Cure chest. Let's go for item farming one. Then we don't have the legs, although we have those. And then when it comes to Herald of the Blazing Sun, we need those legs here.
Items in loadouts take weight as well.
Oh, they take weight. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. Let them take weight. It's still useful though. I do wish we had a bit more weight though. If they add 100 weight, that's gonna be amazing. So what am I
But
missing
easier
here?
to manage.
It's definitely easier to manage that way. If people like carrying 1 or 2 sets with them, even if it's the same set but with different stats, it's nice to have different loadouts. So what am I missing here? Gauntlets. Skaven Killer Gauntlets. Anything with wood quality? Okay, let's check the best one. What I like on my gauntlets is damage. Flat damage is very easy to get from gauntlets. And why is flat damage better than crit damage? You can get that 30, 40, 50% crit damage from other sources, but 3000 flat damage is a lot. So always try to get flat damage on your gauntlets where possible. And where possible, try to get from your weapon or shield or whatever, try to get the crit chance there, and try to get the crit chance from rings and amulets as well. Of course you can get crit chance with enhancements, but don't prioritize crit damage. Crit damage you can get from blessings easily. That's what I found out before, and I think this is still a viable thing. So now I wanna try and play with the full set. Maybe this Herald of the Blazing Sun set would be perfect to try. The shield charge skill is improved and no longer requires skill
Can
points
an
to
item
equip.
drop with different prefixes? Example,
Yes.
you have 2 of the same gloves but with different stats.
Exactly. So there's a pool of affixes and prefixes and so on. So there's, for each item there's a certain things that you can get. So you cannot get damage on helmets, on chests, on legs and on boots, but you can get damage on gloves. On gloves you can also get crit damage. You cannot get crit damage on the other armor pieces. You can get crit damage on offhands and main hands and so on. With this class you can get crit chance on the shield, you cannot get crit chance on the weapon. So there's different things, there's certain rules of what can drop on what, and eventually you learn it. So you can get cooldown reduction from the helmet, you cannot get it from the other armor pieces. So there's certain things that you would definitely want to get on a certain item, because it's the only place where you can get that from an armor item that's not a amulet or a ring or something like this. Now since I'm getting rid of the gearwork items, I'm gonna remove this signet, and now let's find something good when it comes to rings. I want something with crit chance and cooldown reduction preferably. And you see, different items have different bonuses to them. So performing a crit hit chance has a chance to grant us damage reduction. Maximum health and healing is increased for all players. Basically what I like is getting crit chance and cooldown reduction on my rings if I need cooldown reduction, and most builds actually do benefit a lot from that. So this would go very well with the setup that uses the, was it not meteoric iron, but which one was it? The Pavis of Anger, I think. So if you're using Pavis of Anger, where you're using the archetype ability, you would really want to synergize that with a ring like this one, which is a new one. I've never tried it. I'm gonna try it later.
I'm a returning player. I bought the game for PS4, now the legendary update finally arrived and I want to know what is going on. What do you think, should I try it again?
Well, I think you should try it. I mean, if you're not spending extra money to try it, it's worth it. It's gonna provide you some extra stuff. It's a bit better drop chance on the green items I've seen, and it depends whether you like the game. I personally got bored of it with some of the bad updates, but now they gave us some good updates, so I think it's worth it for me to return to the game. Crit chance, do I want this? Even though it's no crit chance, but that's 2 signets of that's overkill, having 2 same rings. So I'm gonna get something with extra damage, maybe. So this is for the cooldown. Let's get this one for now. No cooldown reduction though. But extra flat damage, so that's fine. And when it comes to this set, wait, this got glitched. Okay, it's showing properly now. I'm still gonna use Meadow of the Explorer maybe, but if you wanna be pushing stuff without farming wood, you would wanna change the amulet to something damage oriented. That gives you cooldown, crit chance and so on. So for now I'm just gonna keep this one because it's already blessed and so on. Let's see. I was using Justice of the Empire, but what if I were to remove Justice of the Empire and put Shielded Charge Heroic? Or maybe I can use both and I can just get rid of... maybe get rid of Taunt? Yeah, let's get rid of Taunt. For now. And I've got 16 points to spend on passives. Which means... or actives. I can get a better active. I can get something like this maybe. Or maybe like this.
So now you can level all skill to max?
Well, what you have is you have 100 points available. So when you get a set item combo, when you collect all pieces of the set, it gives you a better heroic version of the certain skill. This set gives me a heroic version of the shield charge, and heroic versions of skills cost 0. So now if I go to this setup and equip different shields and different weapons, so let's put Magnus's gift here. This is kind of a glitch and maybe an exploit at the moment, but you can get from different setups, as another viewer pointed out. You can put different shields on different loadouts and get the bonuses from all those items. Not from all, but from certain items. So with some you can, with others you can't. Let's put Sacred Scepter, just to see if it works. And then here let's put... well, I think I've put everything I could. Yeah, I've already got Meteoric Revenge. Meteoric Revenge, Anger. Oh, I don't have the Revenge one maybe, yeah. Let's put the Revenge shield here. Now I need to just farm some more stuff. So let's go back to this setup. I'm just testing the new set. The new Blazing Sun assets and stuff. And what weapon would I wanna use? I like my Grudge Settler. But if I'm not gonna be taunting, probably Blade of Vengeance would be a better option. Okay, that means I wanna remove this Blade of Vengeance for a moment. Now let's see which Blade of Vengeance would be the better option. One of them gives me cost reduction, the other one HP. Okay, let's stay with the one without the HP bonus for now. And this Grudge Settler can go over here, since I want to try a build where I'm not taunting enemies to see how it works. I know there's later on some taunt only setups which would be fun to try. So I've got 8 points. Where do I want to spend those 8 points? If I remove the wood quality item thing here, then I've got an empty slot to put something up to 12 points. Up to 8 points. Although I can reduce this one if I need more points. So for now...
Think Medic's Pavis, shield, is the only one that has skill that works on Valen.
Okay. Okay. So it only works with items that give you skills, like those ones, like the apothecary skill. That's fine. So basically it means I need to equip something different than the medic's pavis.
Can you share some insights of the legendary system?
Oh, this legendary system, you mean? Basically, it's like Paragon levels in Diablo 3 if you've farmed it, if you've played it. And when it comes to insights, it depends on what build you're doing. You can constantly reset things. So if you don't like how many points you spent into certain things, you can just remove them. What I like to do now is I like this one, Legendary Reinforcement. I like this extra damage done and damage taken. And I've only put 1 point just to have the 0.5 chance to proc the others, just because I want to see how often they would proc. But basically, mostly you would want to focus on one thing. Pick one thing that fits your playstyle and spend points until you have like enough chance to proc it and enough damage or damage reduction or whatever, or healing. It's different things that you can get. It's nothing too fancy, and it's gonna take a lot of grinding to get those levels going. I think this is gonna get effective when you have like 2, 3, 4, 500 legendary levels. Maybe even when you get to 1,000. It's the same for all characters, but each character has its own levels, which is kind of I don't like this. I don't like that you have to get legendary levels on all characters and they're not shared across the account. But I also see why they decided to do it that way. So my dwarf has different legend level than my soldier. And you can have separate setups for each character. So on this character maybe I want this, but maybe on my scout when I go healing I can get this. Maybe on the mage I would also want healing. So we'll see. And we'll see how it goes. The thing is, it's giving you an extra way of building. Okay, let's do this then. So I could use the apothecary again, and then as I said, 8 points. Let's decide what we want to do. Block chance is increased, all damage is increased based on block chance, then more block chance, then crit chance, block chance, etc. I used to go for things like banners before. I used to use banners, but I want to try not using banners. Tireless energy, I don't want that, not yet. So I'm not sure what to get for this build. Oh, I know what I'll be getting. When I get into invasion, I'm gonna need things like duelist chain reaction. So this is what later would be filled by duelist chain reaction. For now I can probably put something like extra HP, or instead of extra HP, I can go for a counterattack setup. Since this is a shield smash thingy, I could do that. I could go for a counterattack setup. So let's get this here and let's use the basic one. Let's remove this. Let's go for extra counterattack. The god skills should probably change though. If I'm not going for the crit chance, crit damage block stuff, I probably want to go something more counter-attacky. Something more counter-attack. Let's first see this skill. It's gonna need cooldown reduction for sure.
Hey, this god tree is different from before.
There's two god trees, god skill trees. So
as well.
This is the old god skill tree. This is the new one. You can spec into both of them. The new one also got slightly reworked in regards to where certain things are. Some things got changed, but basically those are from a DLC. So you can either get the DLC separately or you can get the seasonal pack. If you get the seasonal pass, you get all different DLCs unlocked. From the DLC there's things like the fan skills. So if you go into skills and click fan skills, there's those things that give you a little bit of extra gold work, extra experience and so on that you can also use. So those are things that are optional. So personally you don't have to spec into those god skills. You can just stick to a regular setup that's using this. So it is nice. I mean, you can have different builds that are using the legacy god skills, but you can have some that are using the new ones, or you can mix match like I did. For now, I want to see how this works without speccing into counterattack. I want to see how this works without speccing much into counterattack. So instead of going the counterattack route, I'm probably gonna get something damagey or energy gain. Or maybe try adding this. Okay, let's do another map.
There we some passive skills from the invasion missions. Are they equipable or?
Yes, they are equipable and you actually want to consider those. This is great. The duelist chain reaction is great. And Elixir of Power can give you some extra bonus damage, and if you're using something like this one, you would be benefiting from some nice stuff. I also need to remove this so we can see the shield I'm using. My favorite skill there is Duelist Chain Reaction. It's amazing and it's twice as powerful now. Before it used to be 3 stacks up to 50% all the way to 150 together. Now it's all the way to 300 with those 3 stacks. There's other things like that as well. I think this is one of the skills you really want to be thinking about. The Duelist Chain Reaction. It is just a great skill. For any build, for any character. So let's do this now. Let's do a map. I'm just gonna check this certain setup. I'm just experimenting, testing out the new stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of time to figure out weird setups here though. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be fun when I figure out some of those synergies that the developers made when adding the new skills and god skills. So cooldown reduction would definitely be needed. So let's see, let's do that. And mind you, this is just quickly equipping whatever items I had for this set without enchanting everything or so. And using Blade of Vengeance. So let's see the Blade of Vengeance stacks. I don't see the Blade of Vengeance things. Let's start walking. Let's start walking. I'm not see. Oh, there we go. Blade of Vengeance. 1, 4, 5 stacks, 6 stacks, 7 stacks, 8 stacks. So we are supposed to get more damage. And we do get more damage. So if I were to do that now. So yeah, Blade of Vengeance is a great item for sure. Grudge Settler or Blade of Vengeance, those two are some of my favorite ones. Magnus's Gift is not bad as well. But I think this would be better when I go into counterattack setup instead of this crit chance, crit damage from blocking. There's gonna be a lot of things to figure out. What would go best with this item? With this item, the best shield would probably be the one, not this one, but Pavis of Anger is probably the one I would want for this set, for the Shield Smash set. I would want to be using the Archetype ability. Then I would also want to be using rings like, as I said earlier, rings that would go well with the Pavis of Anger is this one. So now my mission for this class would be to figure out the build that goes the best with this setup when it comes to synergy. And we can try and do it together. Feel free to Theorycraft with me after this map. I'm gonna go to the town and respec the god skills and see what we can take, what items for certain abilities and what skills. I'm gonna get rid of all this block chance stacking and damage based on block chance. I'm also gonna get rid of this amulet that gives me wood quality based on crit chance. And I'm probably gonna get rid of the crit chance based on block chance and crit damage based on block damage. We'll see. Although I think it's pretty nice to have this crit damage based on block damage and crit chance based on block chance. It does provide some weird kind of synergy. I also want a build that uses this skill, because it just looks great. It reminds me, there was a similar skill in Path of Exile. I forgot what the name of the skill was, but it was this kind of similar to a beam shotgun skill. It just looks great. It's gonna be great for a fire setup though, probably with a pistolier. We'll see. But it just looks so nice. But yeah, so far on this difficulty we are doing fine, even with the little HP I've got. We'll see how it is on the boss fight. Which difficulty is this? Chaos 2. So it's a very low difficulty. And since I'm experimenting with fresh stuff, I'd rather just play on the easy difficulties, just to test stuff quickly. But the way itemization is done in this game, it is kind of forcing you only to use those sets. So it's removing a lot of choices, and there aren't actually choices. There's just those sets. There aren't any other choices other than the sets. So all endgame items are actually set items. This is kind of very limiting, but at least it's not that difficult to make a build that way. Because things are pretty straightforward. This set boosts this skill, so you want to build around this skill if you're using this set. And vice versa. If you want to be using this skill, you want to get the set that boosts it, and so on. What I'm liking about the news, I'm gonna quickly share an article with everyone. Icy Veins article about Diablo 4. I think it's gonna fit well with the people who are watching this. And this is info about Diablo 4. Have a read there, look at all the information that was gathered from BlizzCon. Things about itemization in Diablo 4, the talents trees, the skill trees, how item sets would work compared to ancient and legendary items and so on, and mythical items and all of that. How the stats would be, instead of having intelligence, dexterity, etc., vitality, we would only have attack and defense. So a bit more simplistic approach, which I think is for the better.
Be my arm. Be my weapon.
So far, I'm trying not to hype myself a lot about Diablo 4, but the things we've seen so far are good news. But until the game releases, things might change and things might go to hell again. So let's just give it some time to get finished and see if the things we learned now would stay the same as they are. So as I said, I would want to use the Pavis of Anger with this setup. So let's equip the Pavis of Anger. I've only got this one. So this improves the shield smash. And instead of using this Signet of No, we might want to be using this, what's it called? This one. Damage over time increases, but which skill does damage over time? It's definitely not this that does damage over time. So now let's reset the god skills. And this is fire damage, so this is gonna be damage over time. This is to get enemies, to get the energy going. So this is a lot of energy setup. Taunted enemies take more damage. This is counter-attack setup. Damage is increased based on counter-attack damage. So let's look into this. Each enemy hit has a chance to grant energy. I don't think I need this. I need cooldown reduction, and I need to find where the cooldown reduction is. This is the counterattack damage over here. So Sigmar's Blessing is nice. This one, level 2, with the counterattack damage. So if we go for this one, and then 1, 2, 3 points for this one, then that's even more counterattack damage. If I have 2 more points here, I don't think I need to go there. This is just 10%, 30% counterattack damage, totally not worth it. So more counterattack damage over here for the price of HP. So 3 points for 30 and losing 5% HP. So far you can see 160% counterattack damage, but I've lost all the crit chance, crit damage, etc. So this build would be very weak when it comes to critting. We don't have Sigmar's Rat here. We got 3 points left. I don't think this is worth it for 5% more damage with 3 points. What about 3 points here, 3 points here, 3 points here maybe. No, I'm losing cooldowns. So what have we here? Counterattack damage, Sigmar's Blessing, and we have this one, Sigmar's Herald. We have the Divine Reprisal. Maybe we can get HP. 10% counterattack damage. Okay, we want that extra 10%. It's worth it for a 1 point. But then the next is not worth it. But I think the best we can do is do this. Getting 2% damage and then extra 4 to champions. So okay. Now we're losing this. We're losing this. And we are taking things like this one. And like this one. I think this will go, and this will go. This seems like the logical choice. This also seems like a logical choice, but it costs energy. I'm gonna get this because I like having it. Maybe I can just get rid of Blake through the ranks and just use a banner. Where was the one with counterattack damage? This one. I don't think we would need Taunt, but it does help having Taunt, having this energy gain from Taunt. For now I'm just gonna put a basic Taunt there. So what we need is counterattack damage increases. So we have those 3. I just want to check the other ones. I think this is better. So 50% armor piercing for counterattack damage. This is a huge amount of armor piercing. Huge. Skills with the cooldown generate more energy. If we need energy, we can probably get Tireless 1. This is always nice, regardless whether it's one build or another. So maybe let's get this one. And I think that's a nice setup. But look at my crit chance, it's not so good. My crit damage is abysmally low. So counterattack damage before was capped. So we couldn't get more before. Let's see. Counterattack damage 9,000. 12,000. That's so low. That's abysmally low. And before, the set for counterattack was a different one. So this was the set that people were using before for counterattack. So I don't think this should be a counterattack build after all. It just doesn't work. I'm just gonna quickly go into a map. Let's just even do an expedition. I'm not gonna complete it. I just wanna kill some enemies, see how it goes. Just to kill a few enemies, see how much damage we can do. I think this is bad. I shouldn't be building for counterattack damage with this setup, with this set.
In the flames of my justice, may your faith in Sigma protect you. May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Yeah, it seems terrible. Terrible idea to go that route. Okay. Scratch this counterattack. That's not the way to go for this setup. Oh, one more thing. I forgot to check the archetype ability. Because it's supposed to be very strong.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Okay, something more tanky. Nice. Need a big guy. Need one of those big dudes.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
So the damage I'm seeing is nowhere near as good as I want it to be.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
What if I were to just let them hit me and rely on counterattack?
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Yeah, I don't see this being strong in higher difficulties. If you want to be strong on higher difficulties, you would need something that deals damage for this setup. The banner probably should be changed to something that deals damage. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's quickly kill those enemies. I wanna keep this setup with just changing the banner for something else. So instead of the banner, I think there was a skill that benefited from counterattack. This is always the one that deals shit tons of damage together with Pistolier. Those are the two skills I've always liked, Justice of the Empire and Pistolier. I wanna try Swice, see how it performs. It used to be very weak before. I didn't see reasons to pick it up before. I've tried it many times.
Sigma protect you.
Still seems weak. I'm just seeing the numbers, and those numbers are mostly from the counterattack.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
But Swice can help you reduce the cooldown of shielded charge, I think. Killing an enemy has a chance of reducing the soldier's current cooldown. So there's that as well. So Swice can probably be used as a basic attack instead of additional attack.
May your faith in Sigma protect
And
you.
you're gonna be getting energy with Taunt instead of with something like Incisive Breakthrough. So that's how I see it. Swice being up here. So this goes away. Okay, let's... I think we have to kill some enemies before we can move on. This guy. No, I can't change the skills. Who do I have to kill? I have to kill those guys there down below.
May your faith in Sigma protect you.
Okay, let's leave the area. We're getting rid of this, and Swice will make it here. And then we have some points for something else. Let's try a Pistolier maybe. So about the shielded charge. And this needs to be reset. Where is level 2 of this skill? Level 2 reduces their armor, so that would go together with armor piercing. I still think this would be better off with something like that. An extra cooldown reduction here. Increased cooldowns, we don't want those. We don't want the counter attack, so 22 points. I think I'm gonna go for that. Instead of Sigmar's Blessing, Sigmar's Wrath. So we want this again. I don't think I need the extra block chance. I think I've got enough as it is. Maybe energy generation would be okay. And 7 points, that would allow for using some of those things later. I think I'm gonna do something like that. And then we can upgrade Taunt once. And instead of Pistolier, I still think this is gonna be the better option. But let's check it out. So Swice has a chance to reduce the cooldowns.
Feel the wrath of my heralds in my flames.
Oh, I think this beam has a longer range now. Oh, look at the Swice, it was much faster now. Or maybe it just looked like it.
Feel the wrath of my herald. May evil be consumed in my flames.
So I'm not having issues with the energy, thankfully. And gear wise, I didn't change the rings, that's fine.
Feel the wrath of my herald.
But I'm still not happy with the damage I'm seeing. I mean, for this difficulty it's fine, but when it comes to higher difficulties it's gonna be very bad. I just look at some numbers. 333, a lot of crit chance though. We did get this to do 1 million though. So if I can get this to do 4, 5, 6 million per hit, it would be nice.
Feel the wrath of my herald.
But look at Pistolier, just Pistolier itself is doing probably that with the weak hits when it's not proccing all the damage. And that's not a heroic Pistolier at all. So this set doesn't seem that strong, or at least I can't find the best synergy for it. With this shield smash, 3 million, okay. But we need those numbers to jump all the way to 5 or even 10, 15 million to make them viable. And it's probably possible with synergized green gear. It's probably possible to get this to be a good set. So I'm not disappointed from the set for sure. It's just not to my liking that much, but I'm liking the new skills like this one. If only I can find a setup for those, and I'll try and find the best build to use this skill. I'm gonna or at least not the best, but the best for me, the best I can find for Sigmar's Bastion. It's gonna have to be the damage over time setup, I think, or maybe some fire setup build.
Feel the wrath of my herald.
But yeah, Swites also doesn't belong here, so instead of Swites, something else would fit better.
Feel the wrath of my herald.
So instead of Pistolier and Swites, I'd suggest Justice of the Empire and something else. Wow, he doesn't want to do Swites, oh, because of the energy.
Consumed in my
This fits better. Not sure if this would fit well. Let's try and stack some damage reduction.
Flames. Feel the wrath of my hell.
Oh boy, a lot of damage. This needs to be healed up.
Feel the wrath of my hell. May evil be consumed in my flames. Feel the wrath of my hell.
Okay.
Evil be consumed in my flames.
Does this give me damage reduction? Only this one. 20%. This is 25%. I wonder if there's a limit on damage reduction. Can I get the damage reduction to 100% and be unkillable? This is another build I might try and experiment with. Because there's a lot of damage reduction added recently with those new things.
Of my hell.
But I think the combo would be shielded charge followed by Justice of the Empire. So you're charging at them with the shield and then slamming on the ground with whatever weapon you're using.
May evil be consumed in my flames.
I'm still to see better gear, but I'm assuming I can push the damage to 15 million per hit, which would be fine when you're doing difficulties like Chaos 5, 6. I don't see Chaos 7 and 8 being doable for solo. I think they're more of like for teams that are synergized with healing and so on. I think what this needs is this needs the healing when using God skills. So if you want to be using Sigmar's Bastion, you need to figure out a way to synergize the heal when using God skills. Which would be... where was it? I think it was an amulet maybe. Heals when a God skill is used. So let's try it. Heals when a God skill is used. I'm just gonna... where was the teleport? Oh yeah. I'm just gonna go to a different zone and try it in Kislev. I wanna see for how much I'm gonna get healed. Then if I stack on healing, it's gonna be fine, but the damage will suck. But I wanna see at the moment how much healing I can get with this skill when I use it. And am I healing the enemies? Before, something I noticed is on Elessa when I was using heals when using God skills, it was healing the enemies. I'm hoping this is fixed. So
May evil be consumed in my
I need to get them to hit me actually first. Hit me. Maybe I should have bumped the difficulty. Okay, now
Feel the wrath of my herald.
16k. Whoa, really? Really? Okay, 16-20k per use of the skill. I'm seeing this now being the combo. Let's get my HP as low as it can get without actually dying. Maybe I should kill the big guy because he might end up one-shotting me or something. I want to get to like 20,000. Okay, now 23, 12, 2000. Okay. So this is how you can end up healing yourself. But the thing is, on Chaos 7 and Chaos 8, if you want a Chaos 7, Chaos 8 build, you actually need to go for the damage reduction. You can still have that healing in the setup, but you would need the damage reduction. Otherwise, they would be one-shotting you. I mean, the enemies there do like. How do you survive 1 million damage attack? You have to get 95% damage reduction to be able to survive a 1 million damage attack. I've tested some bosses. I can show you right now. I can change to Chaos 5, to Chaos 8. And I'm just gonna quickly go show you how much damage they do there. I mean, every single enemy would one-shot you there. And of course you would need shit tons of properly synergized and upgraded green gear even to survive. If you're focusing on survival, not on damage. But when it comes to the bosses, you would need damage. So just this little guy, let's let him hit me. He's 4,000, okay. So this one's not so bad. But 12k, that's not bad. But then there's enemies like the big guys that actually one-shot, that can just destroy you. I mean, those you can survive, so if you're doing like what I was doing earlier, farming Chaos 8 for chests, actually you would need skills like you would need skills that allow you to move through the enemies, like break through the ranks. You can't do that without break through the ranks. Earlier I was using break through the ranks to do this. But you need break through the ranks, and you need to, like, while you're on Chaos 8, try and move as much as you can, as fast as you can, so you need movement speed stuff as well. And the whole point is getting chests. So this one, okay, no green item, move on to the next one, and so on.
Feel the wrath of my herald.
So I'm just showing how you can run even with the character geared as this one, nothing too special. Even with yellow gear you would be able to stack shit tons of HP. Just stack as much HP as you can get, don't worry about anything besides bulk chance and HP. And then just go into Chaos 8 and open chests. And that's all you need. Look, right now 4,800 wood quality, and that's without this medal of the exemplar, which would give me up to 500 more, which I've tested and it does get okay. So you can farm green gear on Chaos 8. It's just gonna take a few deaths before you reach a chest, and the best thing is to go into Act 2. Go into Act 2. Very often into Act 2 there will be an enemy. Not an enemy, a chest very close to the start. So I'm just gonna end this. Not the stream, just this run. And I'm gonna go back to some difficulty that I like. I'm gonna go back to Bragi as well. Back to the dwarf. And let's do some runs on it. Some actual runs with whatever setup I've got there. With the new set. I'm liking that new set on Bragi, it's fun. It's providing some interesting playstyle. It's kind of similar like my old playstyle, but with a twist. With the twist of having Strike of the Anvil being the heroic skill instead of Wasp Bastion being the heroic or Code to Oath being the heroic. So this would need, again, it's gonna need some min-maxing. I'm gonna try and put another amulet now. So instead of going for the wood quality setup, let's go for something else. God skills deal more damage, no. Far off enemies take more damage, well, that's not good for Bragi. I don't know why Bragi even has this. I mean, Bragi has this as a range skill, and this could be considered, but it's not range skill, so I'm not sure why that even is a thing. So yeah, Strike of the Anvil. I'm gonna need better access for Bragi. If a fire skill deals damage to a bleeding enemy, this is gonna be very nice to try. I think it's about time for me to try it later with some other setup, but this would go well with other sets. This would go well with probably the Grimnir set, because that's the fiery aura. So all you need to do is do bleeding build with the Grimnir setup. Bleeding build with the Grimnir setup and a Forge Heart. But the problem is, does this count, would the Grimnir setup count as a fire skill? Or does it need to be an actual fire skill, like a fire skill would be non-upgraded Strike of the Anvil. This is a fire skill. Code to Oath had a fire version. This one. But we need to be bleeding the enemies as well. So stunned enemies take more damage, stunning an enemy also inflicts bleeding. So we need more things to stun. That's why it's crucial to have Ring of Resonance. It's crucial to have Ring of Resonance. Ring of Resonance is something you get from Invasion. So you get it from over here. It's gonna take a while to get this. First you might wanna get some resistances, then you might wanna get those resistances and things here. And then you might start trying to get those things. This is Chaos 5, so it's doable, it's very slow. I had a bit of trouble doing those Chaos 5 nodes. The Chaos 4 was okay, but this Chaos 5 took a while. Thankfully it was Prague, so I actually did a mistake. I took Veteran's Chain Reaction instead of do this chain reaction, so I'm gonna have to do that later. For now, what's the difficulty are we on? Chaos 4. We might as well do that. But how's my damage resistance, damage over time resistance? You need good damage over time resistance. I've got 35% on this setup. 0.2 more. It's gonna give me extra HP but less damage. So I'm gonna stay with this setup for now when it comes to weapons. I'm just gonna change the amulet. This is amazing. If you don't use Fiery Ring of Tori, this is amazing. But if you're farming, you would have to use this. So Mountain Pendant has always been a nice item. For now, I'm just gonna wait for a better item to drop, because I don't have a damage-oriented amulet. Let's do a... Grand Relic Hunt, but let's change to Chaos Tree, because I want to be fast. I want to be farming fast. And here I still have this on. That's why my wood quality is pretty nice. And this is how we do. Just keep moving, keep jumping, keep slamming stuff. If I want to be killing the elites, I should stop and kill them, but if I want to skip them, I can just do this and spam things like my charging avenger or avenging charge or whatever it was called, avenging charge. Okay, let's kill this dude.
Nothing can stop you.
Ah, fuck. I keep messing up my combo. I need to do my stun first and then this. Is there a healer in between those?
Nothing can stop you.
So currently why my damage is bad is mostly due to the gear. Even though I have some green items, it's not the correct ones, not the correct mods. Basically just getting some extra defensive stuff here and here, a bit more damage and stuff, but yeah. I need more cooldown reduction as well. I could do something like equipping the mountain pendant, so you can see how much more spammy we would start getting. Can I do it now? I'm still in combat. Wow. There must be an enemy nearby somewhere that I have to kill. Okay, I'm just gonna have to wait for a moment. I think after I kill those, it's gonna be good. There we go. So now we should have less wood quality, as you see, but we should be able to be more spammy with our anvil. How did it work? Was it crit chance hitting an enemy? So I just need to keep spamming hits.
Nothing can stop you.
You can always try and wood the chests later. You can try and clear out the map, then wood the chests afterwards with stacked up wood quality items.
Nothing can stop you.
5 million, 6 million.
Nothing can stop you.
I'm gonna be playing with Avontier soon as well, and with Elessa. There's a lot of stuff to figure out there. I still have no idea what the new items on those are, so that's gonna be a surprise for me when the time comes to try and test them.
Nothing can stop you.
Let's get them to group up around me.
Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, the damage is much better when I get them to stack up next to me.
Nothing can stop you.
So yeah, this set is not so bad. I still probably would prefer playing with the Grimnir or the Undefeated, which were my preferred sets before. What song probably would be worth testing as well. I still want to find a spin to win build on this game. I've tried a lot to find a viable spin to win build that can do okay on Chaos 5 and 6. And I did find some options, but they weren't good enough to be satisfactory, so there's more to be desired. Probably now with some of those items, like the Forge Heart, a Last Song Spin to Win build might be actually viable.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Pull down all the way to a second. But sometimes you see it gets reset and I can spam it right after.
Nothing can stop you.
And why I'm farming now on Chaos 3 instead of Chaos 4 or 5? It's mostly because the boss fights are gonna be faster. I'm gonna go and finish the invasions as well.
Nothing can stop you.
Just to get the ring of, not ring of, but Duelist Chain Reaction. Duelist Chain Reaction would be what maybe I need to get that extra few million on the DPS up. Crit chance 450, imagine that extra 300% crit damage. I mean, not crit chance, crit damage. 300 extra.
Nothing can stop you.
The moment still 450.
Nothing can stop you.
Was there a healer earlier here?
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Wait, which way? I'm lost. This is a map modifier that removes the map, so it's hard to orient, but I think it's this way. Yeah, that's it. It's here. Okay, this one I have to be careful. He's kind of nasty.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Come on. Keeps running. Keeps knocking me back.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Well, this normally one-shots you on Chaos 5, 6, 7, etc. This big AoE that is like a poison nova or any kind of nova on the different creatures that do those novas can one-shot you from Chaos 5 and up, unless you have shit tons of HP. But on this one I could tank it, so I'm gonna try and push my invasions now. And since I'm gonna be pushing invasions, I'm not gonna equip the wood quality amulet. Let's see, can I get some extra resistance to damage over time? 0.8, but don't feel like losing the cooldown reduction here. Can't. Here. So here I can get, no, I can't. Yeah, I think I've stacked up as much resistance to damage over time as I can from different sources. So let's get this Duelist Chain Reaction, I really want it.
Nothing
Exploding enemies. Wow, this was saved. I didn't see it on time. Almost got exploded there.
Nothing can stop you.
Exploding enemies really sucks.
Nothing can stop you.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try and kill the little dudes that die quickly. Get enough kills.
Nothing can stop you.
No, 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 no. Survive, survive.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
I'm gonna avoid using cold ult for now. Oh, I'm bleeding. Oh, that's the damage over time. And since I don't have that much resistance, there's gonna be dying, so expect me to die quite often here.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, I think I got the legend level. Ideally, I want my damage over time resistance to be over 50-60%. I've got 35% or so. 32%. Yeah, first death. But I'm getting close now, it's kind of very close to the boss fight.
Nothing can stop you.
Which way? I think it's this way.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
No, not this way.
Nothing can stop you.
Maybe it's this way.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Dude, this is such a long route. Such a long route to reach the enemy boss. We reached it and now it's probably gonna be the first death. And the second death, I mean. No, 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 no. Immunity, immunity. What I should be using is God skills heal you.
Nothing can stop you.
But I'm already in combat so I can't switch. But that would have been amazing. 20% health restored. And it's each time when I use Ancestor's Gift. I'm gonna try and see if I can equip it before I get into combat. No, I can't. What if I kill those enemies? Will I be able to...
Nothing can stop you.
Let's see now. Oh, there's more enemies. I'm gonna try and kill some enemies, get out of combat, and equip this God Skills you amulet. There are wife stealing skills as well, but I don't have them equipped right now. But there is this, what was its name? Shred, 4% per hit instead of axe throw.
Nothing can stop you.
Maybe all this damage over time that I'm taking is preventing me from changing stuff. Yeah. I'm constantly in combat here.
Nothing can stop you.
And even while I'm invulnerable, I'm losing HP. So this doesn't work against invasion corruption. But what works is you can die from damage over time. But it can you're gonna end up at on 1 HP. So you're gonna be on 1 HP, so you're still gonna die from whatever else can hit you. So I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to complete this without resistance to it. In my feet. Unlucky to get this creature, but it's always gonna be this creature here. Should have gone with the undefeated set to make sure I can do more damage. Maybe I can get it though. So far I'm keeping up well with resisting damage. Shit, I used heroic, not heroic, I used cold ult. Should avoid doing that. No, no, exploding enemies, fuck. Don't die, don't die. And crits heal me, I think. Do I have something that heals me on crits? No. And I can't change my gear. This is the worst, not being able to change my gear to this thing that heals me. Let's see if I can now. Those actually give me resistance to damage over time. Oh, I can change now. Perfect, perfect. Anything else with resistance to damage over time? 3.1%, 0.5 only, so it's small difference. Well, let's try like this. not sure what's regenerating me, but every now and then this 8041 health is a good addition. Is it in my potion? Or is it each time I jump? Maybe it's Strike of the Anvil, but something is regenerating my HP every now and then. Oh, not the exploding enemies again, fuck. Ah, not again. Okay, it's almost there, almost there. Hold it together. Okay, we got this one. The next one would be a bit more difficult though, especially the Chaos 5 one. But that's how it's gonna be with the healing when using God skills, to be able to negate some of that damage over time. So what is missing? Resistance to damage over time. This has some, all of my gear has some. Maybe it's only the weapons, but I'm not sure they can even get this stat. Resistance to damage over time. I might try and do less damage and just equip this. I don't have fire damage though. But this extra HP, 12,000 more HP. But cooldown reduction was is gonna hurt me like hell. Let's try like this. That's gonna be 29,000 HP more. Let's bless it. And now I need... Oh, I do have points. Perfect. I want the fire avenging charge. Do I want the secondary coat out or do I want the fire coat out? Let's do this. And I can also bless some stuff for HP maybe. Because I'm healing based on percentages HP, so why not get some healing? The more the HP, the more the healing, so maybe that's gonna cheese it in a way. The bad thing about the damage over time is it's taking a percent of my HP over time. Do I want extra crit damage now? 33%, I'd rather go for HP. What's left? The headdress? No. The pendant. Alright, that's gonna be a lot of HP. 342,000. Nice. And that's without even doing an HP build. This is gonna be the difficult one. Thankfully it's Prague. Oh, this one is also Chaos 5. Damn, 2 Chaos 5s. This will be interesting. Ah, no, 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 I can't move. No, yeah. This damage over time is based on percent of HP per second drained. So even with more HP, it's kinda hard to negate it. I'm stunned, I can't move. Oh, that's because I didn't have energy, that's why. Now I can go for the boss. Let's find out where it is. It's gonna be terrible if there's mages right before the boss. I think I'm going the wrong way.
Nothing can stop you.
Or maybe not.
Nothing can stop you.
Okay, it's this boss. I think that's a good option considering our situation. So if I take out the ranged enemies, this guy should be easier to deal with.
Nothing can stop you.
Nope, not there. Why do I keep running in the wrong place?
Nothing can stop you.
No, 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 no. Heal, 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 heal.
Nothing can stop you.
Heal, heal, heal. Heal.
Nothing can stop you.
Damn, those mages appearing out of nowhere.
Nothing can stop you.
And thanks to them I can do damage to the boss. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Nothing can stop you.
I need to avoid as many of the damage as I can.
Nothing can stop you.
The damage sources like meteors, breath, pools on the ground. No! Ah! Damn. And he keeps summoning those mages, which is a problem for me.
Nothing can stop you.
And there's portals appearing? No? No portals, just the meteors. So he's summoning them then. If there's no portals modifier.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, and there's a guy with a hoodie as well.
Nothing can stop you.
Those are gonna be hard to kill when the boss is next to them.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Wait, was there something that heals me? Hmm. I think something else is healing me, I'm not sure what. Can remove this maybe and put some increased healing. Oh yeah, and instead of this I can try and use the one that heals as well. Maybe instead of call to alt. Okay, if I die and reset it, let's do it over here. Okay. Now I want to change some skills. Can I remove this and put something like this maybe? Or what else heals? Laceration maybe? There was something else that heals, I remember. There being 2%. That's not gonna work.
Nothing can stop you.
Run, run!
Nothing can stop you.
I'm losing so much energy when I use this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I need my energy.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
And I'm too slow when I use it as well.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So it's not gonna be this one there. Maybe that would work. Let's try like this. No, actually I don't want to sacrifice health. I'd rather remove the skill from there and put something else. Like... Oh, and this needs to be like this. Much more healing that way.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Because based on the number of bleeding enemies healed is fine when mobbing, but when bossing I want healing based on my rage levels.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Much better.
Can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
There we go. This seems to work.
Nothing can stop you.
This seems to work well. Well, that's it. It's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna eventually complete this. Too much damage, let's bounce.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Let's make sure we are burning him.
Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, this is so much tankier just by switching up two things. So much tankier. Having laceration for extra healing, having that extra health, and making sure I'm getting healed based on my rage level, not based on number of bleeding enemies around me. Because there won't be many on this fight for sure. And there's another Chaos 5 to do in order to get that do this chain reaction in a Prague map. But I can even stand in his fields right now at the moment. So almost halfway there, almost.
Nothing can stop you.
So there are things that definitely give you more. Oh shit, this healed the enemy? Damn. damn mages, making things harder on us. I'm hoping it's not my god skill that is healing the enemy, cause then that's gonna be a bummer. And I'm gonna have to try and play without it. Let's see in a moment. Are there any enemies around me? I think I just keep healing the enemy, that's why I can't kill it. So what's gonna happen is I need to remove this pendant that heals the enemy when I use my god skills. Or just not use my god skill. Which is kind of a bummer if I'm supposed to not use it. Let's try and stay away from him. Will he get healed? I don't think he gets healed if I use it far from him. So that's his HP now. $68,000. Yeah, he did get healed. Damn. But now I couldn't tell whether it was my god skill or... See, this is an annoying bug. Why do god skills heal the enemies as well? And this hasn't been fixed in months. This is one of the most annoying bugs that was pissing me off before in this game. This pendant, or any other pendant on other class that does heals when a god skill is used, heals enemies as well. And if they decide that that's a good thing to be in the game, then they really need to reconsider this choice, because that's definitely not a good choice to be able to heal the enemies as well. I mean, it's fine to be able to heal your allies, and probably they made some mistake that ends up healing the enemies as if they are allies. Unless they really intended this to be the behavior of the item. Because that's gonna be a fight to forever unless I die and remove this pendant. I've not used this skill in a while and he didn't seem to be getting healing while I'm damaging him. Let's see, I'm gonna heal now. Did he heal? Maybe he didn't. Not sure what's healing him, but it seems like it's my skill. It could be the mages. Maybe it's fixed, we'll see. Maybe it's the enemy itself. They become vulnerable, but that's it. Doesn't say anything about healing. And see how long this will take if he keeps healing somehow from unknown sources. The only thing that makes logic is the mages healing him, or those fields that he's standing on. So let's try and pull him away from those fields. Maybe fire damage heals him, but I doubt it. Okay, I did enough fire damage there. Mage, kill the mage. That's a long fight, wow. Halfway there. Please don't heal again. Put enough fire on his feet to make sure the weapon is proccing that extra damage. How's my crit chance? Not so bad, it's manageable.
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Don't kill me.
Nothing can stop you.
So okay, 35% HP or so left roughly.
Nothing can stop you.
That's a tough nut to crack with so much HP on me. But it did help me, having that much HP did really help me be able to survive for longer. Without worrying much about that damage over time.
Nothing can stop you.
Oh, a mage, kill. I'm getting there.
Nothing can stop you.
This is why invasions are probably better off done when you gear up, but getting the items from invasions are so much useful for certain builds. And this thing I'm trying to get here is a huge source of damage. And he actually got healed with the last mage. He got healed back to like 50 or 40%. It's back to like 35 or so. Let's keep him away from those blue circles. What if those little guys heal him without me knowing?
Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you.
Yeah, I think those circles are the things that heal him the most. Because there were no mages earlier and he did heal again while I kept him in the same place. Unless... So he's standing in the circles again.
Nothing can stop you.
If only we had more transparency about things like this, more information about what can heal what. Like a bestiary where we can see each enemy and their own abilities, their HP bar numbers on each difficulty and things like this.
Can stop you.
And they started spawning more and more now. Look at him, he's back to like 60-70%. This is the worst fight I've had in this game ever.
Nothing can stop you.
I've I've already probably been here 30 minutes or so just trying to kill this stupid boss. And he just keeps getting healed more and more. He's getting those enemies spawning. There should be a limit to how often those should spawn, because they started spawning every few seconds now. So is his HP going up now? When he's in this field. Dude, come on, he healed again, really? As soon as this enemy spawns, there's not even a split second. He was still in the portal when the enemy started healing. So that's their first action they're doing when they're showing from those portals, to heal him. Look at that, and they keep popping up. This is just so annoying. Well, I'm just gonna give up. It's 12:48 in the morning and I kind of have to stop my stream. I'm gonna have to do this some other time, but now it's already too late for me to keep streaming. I'm gonna farm some more items maybe and then complete this. Thanks everyone who watched though. I just noticed that it's already getting this late. Should have stopped streaming like 18 minutes ago or so. So keep it cool until next time. Tomorrow is gonna be Torchlight Frontiers Day. And maybe afterwards we'll see the day after tomorrow whether it's Borderlands, this or Torchlight. So goodbye everyone and see you around.